I'm Laura, founder of Fertility Avenue, providing emotional, physical, and wellbeing support to women who are having a difficult fertility journey. Welcome to today's episode, where we're going to explore how to navigate pregnancy announcements and insensitive comments. We all know too well how people, our friends, our family, just want to help us in times of when we're feeling lonely, upset, emotional, and they tend to make comments that they think are being helpful. And I'm sure they are well intended. But to receive such comments at such emotional times can be extremely triggering. And actually, it's easier and better not to have any comments made to you than to actually hear them. A lot of my clients come to me, and this is a topic that we talk about quite a lot, how to navigate these announcements and insensitive comments, because it's really, really quite difficult, especially when you are struggling with fertility and you're on that long journey where there's uncertainty and you don't know what the end of the journey is going to look like. So, dreading those phone calls, dreading those social arrangements where your friend, maybe your colleague, maybe a family member suddenly comes out with, I've got some news to share with you, or I've got some exciting news to share with you. Yay! I'm pregnant. And you so want to jump up with joy, hug them, express your excitement. And I'm sure you probably do that, or perhaps struggle to do that. But then there's that tinge of jealousy, feeling of sadness. Why can't that be me? When will that be me? Will it ever be me making that exciting announcement? And then you have those situations when you're in a restaurant or round at someone's house and someone just comes out with a comment to you. Your turn next. Or when will it be your turn? And you just sit there and you just want the ground to swallow you up. And these comments are just so unhelpful. Or perhaps you're feeling like there's a big elephant in the room. They know, you know, they know, but they don't want to talk about it. You certainly don't want to talk about it. And this can make social arrangements, planning, events really, really tricky. Because it's normal to want to protect yourself from being hurt, to put that barrier up. Because there's nothing worse than being hurt in public, having to put on that mask, knowing full well that when you get behind your safety of your car doors or your house doors, that mask can get lifted and then you can have that emotional outburst in the comfort of your own home. So what a lot of my clients find they are doing when they first come to me anyway, is they avoid going out. They avoid seeing and speaking to their friends and even members of their family, just to be able to protect themselves from hearing such announcements or comments. So today's podcast is going to give you some strategies to help you handle these situations with grace and help you to protect your emotional well-being. So I've got a few to go through with you, and I hope that these will allow you to A, realize you're not alone, B, to recognize that your emotions are valid, are really important, and they are there for a reason to help you guide you forward in a positive way and to help you navigate your way through your difficult fertility journey, being able to see your friends and family and go to work, and not worrying about how you're going to react or what you're going to do if you were to have a pregnancy announcement given to you, or if you were to be receiving an insensitive comment. So, first of all, really important, allow yourself to feel your emotions. It's really, really important to acknowledge your feelings. Now, it's absolutely normal to feel sadness, jealousy, frustration, or even anger when someone announces a pregnancy. But these emotions don't make you a bad person. They are simply a natural response to your unique situation. So give yourself grace. Remind yourself that your feelings are valid and you don't have to hide them to make others feel comfortable. So the second way, set boundaries. This is what I talk to my clients a lot about. We are in control of our own actions, thoughts, behaviours. And we are able to set our own boundaries to protect ourselves. Perhaps you may want to consider controlling your social media exposure. If going on your phone and going onto social media platforms such as TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, where you're faced with pregnancy announcements or women who are pregnant, perhaps consider muting or temporarily unfollowing these accounts. Is it serving you well? Or is it actually making it more difficult for you? And if the latter is the answer, then why are you putting yourself through this and punishing yourself? By removing yourself temporarily, will this protect you a little bit more and stop you feeling emotionally triggered? If you're out at an event and someone announces something that you don't really want to hear, or an insensitive comment is made, you can excuse yourself quickly and gracefully. It's okay to step away or leave early. Make an excuse that you need to go to the toilet or something's happened and you need to get home. Remove yourself from the triggering situation rather than feeling overwhelmed and staying within it. You can politely limit conversation or shut down insensitive questions or comments. For example, you could quite simply say, "That's not a topic I'd prefer to be discussing at the moment. Please, can we change the subject of conversation?" There's nothing worse than feeling stuck, trapped in a conversation that doesn't sit right with you and is making you emotionally charged from within. Now, there's inevitably going to be some pregnancy announcements, especially if you have friends of similar age who are all in a similar situation. And perhaps you need to prepare how you're going to react and what you're going to say. So, a simple response like, "Oh, that's wonderful news, congratulations. can help you navigate the moment without feeling overwhelmed. It means that they don't think you're being rude, and it means you can get the congratulations out the way really quickly and move on. And if someone announces their pregnancy in a private setting, take time to process what they've said. And it's fine also for you to take time to process your feelings before fully engaging with them. So do have a response ready, but don't feel that you need to be jumping up with joy, hugging, kissing them. It's fine to take time for yourself. Now, handling insensitive comments. Again, have a response ready. If someone makes a hurtful comment, having a pre-prepared response can help you stay composed. Like I said before, something like, "That's a difficult topic for me right now to talk about," or "We're focusing on other things right now, but thank you for asking and checking." By redirecting the conversation, can shift the focus to a different topic to avoid further discussion. Maybe you would like to address it later if needed. So perhaps if someone close to you makes an insensitive remark, consider having a private conversation later to explain why their comment was hurtful. The chances are they didn't make the comment to be hurtful. They just didn't realise what you're going through and how you're feeling. So for them, it may come across that you're being rude or ungrateful for them trying to help. So if you're a little bit more open with them, you don't have to give them the full story, but you can just explain to them that it wasn't something at this moment in time you were really comfortable talking about or hearing. Another strategy is to advocate yourself. Communicate with your loved ones. Try and let your close family and friends know how to best support you. If they know what you're going through or parts of what you're going through, they'll know to either stay away from making such comments, and they'll also know how to support you at the times when you really need them to. The other way is to seek support, like what I offer as a fertility coach and holistic therapist. Find support groups. Find online groups as well. But just be careful to make sure that you don't get buried in other people's negative emotions and thoughts whilst you're going through it as well. You want to seek support where you're going to feel empowered, calm, positive, uplifted. It's enough to be going through this yourself. You don't need to be taking on anybody else's or everybody else's emotions too. So just seek the right support, the right environment, and make sure you are protecting yourself and it works for you. My clients see me as their guide by their side. They know that I know what they're going through because it was my journey, but we don't talk about my journey in the coaching sessions. It's about them. And we talk through scenarios, events, giving strategies, tools, techniques. We may do some EFT, emotional freedom technique, otherwise known as energy tapping. Maybe some hypnotherapy, depending on what the client needs and maybe wants. And just by talking through with it with somebody such as me, a specialist fertility coach, It can often bring clarity to the situation to help you feel calmer and more emotionally in control. Prioritize self-care. You don't have to attend events such as baby showers or other events that might be emotionally taxing. You have the right to choose and decide what works best for you and what you would feel comfortable going to. It's perfectly fine to decline invitations. Make sure you engage in activities you really enjoy. Focus on hobbies or whatever it is that makes you feel happy. It could be exercise, going for a walk, listening to music, cooking, going to the theatre, travelling, reading a book. Something that you enjoy that gives you a distraction, a purpose, and makes sure that you are feeling happy and calm will only bring your body into a better receptive environment for those reproductive hormones to kick in and be more receptive. Build a support network, especially with your partner if you have one. Try and maintain, where possible, open lines of communication and lean on each other if it's appropriate to for that much needed support. If your partner can't offer it, maybe a family member or friend, or as said before, somebody like me, a fertility coach, where you can speak openly and honestly. There are no judgments made, no boundaries. Anything and everything can be said in the strictest of confidence, and offloading your thoughts and emotions, sharing them, can be extremely therapeutic and beneficial. And finally, reframe your focus. Set personal goals. Redirecting your energy towards goals unrelated to pregnancy can help you regain a sense of control and fulfillment. Perhaps you've got a goal to do with work, family, private life. But if you can set weekly achievable success goals that's not related to pregnancy, then this will help give you another dimension, another area to focus on. Practice those affirmations. Saying an affirmation in the mirror out loud every morning and every evening will help the subconscious talk to the conscious, and you will begin to believe what you are saying, and the mind and body will work more closely and in harmony together. It's important to remember that everyone's journey is different and that it's okay to prioritize your emotional health during this challenging time. My message to you to end this podcast is please don't travel this lonely journey, this scary journey, this unpredictable journey alone. Find your guide by your side to travel with you, whoever that may be. And remember to love yourself and give yourself that much needed care and attention. You are worth it. And I'm going to end with an unknown quote. Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. Today is a gift. That's why it's called the present. Live with your present gift. Don't worry about the past. Don't think too much into the future, but just take each day at a time. May that be your present. And just learn how to deal with announcements and comments that perhaps don't work for you. I hope you found this podcast useful, and I look forward to checking in with you next week for our next podcast. Until then, goodbye.